Your best years are behind you. If anyone has ever said this to you out loud or with their eyes, I want you to hear this next. Your best years are not behind you. Not one of them, not one day, not 1 hour. The next 8 or so minutes, I'm going to tell you why, and this is not a pep talk. This is a receipt. So here's what midlife women get sold. And I want you to notice how quietly it's sold, because that is how the best lies work. You get told at 40-something or 50-something that you're now in the decline chapter, that your prime has passed, that your body's winding down, that your career is what it's going to be, that your marriage is what it's going to be, that your dreams should be smaller now because you're being more realistic. That wanting more at your age is embarrassing. And here is the sneaky part of all that. Nobody actually says these things to you. They're all in the ads. They're in how your doctor talks to you. They're in what your friends stop asking you about. They're in what young women are visibly celebrated for, that older women are quietly asked to no longer want. And that's not okay. You didn't decide to shrink. You were asked to shrink. And most of us said, okay, without even noticing we were being asked. And that mentality needs to change. I'll tell you when I stopped believing this. Not in some big dramatic moment, in a very quiet one. I was 50-something standing in front of the mirror after a long shift, taking off makeup that had made it through a whole 12-hour day, and was looking at my own face, the lines, the softening, the tired eyes, and I heard my own voice in my own head say very calmly, "My best years are not behind me." And then, right after that, I said, "In fact, I haven't even started them yet." And I want to tell you something about that moment. That was not a positive thinking exercise. It was not a book I read. That was my actual body, can't even speak today, telling me the truth. Because I could feel it. I had more clarity than I had ever had. I had more nerve than I had ever had. I had no patience left for anything fake, which is a superpower nobody tells you about. I had survived enough to be dangerous. And that is when I understood what the word best was actually measuring and what it wasn't. So if you've ever felt like this is your sign that your years are the best ahead of you. So here's the trick. When the culture tells you your best years are behind you, they are using a very specific definition of best. They mean youngest, prettiest, thinnest, most fertile, most sexually visible, most agreeable. By that definition, sure, maybe those years are behind you. And I would argue those weren't your best years anyway. Those were your most performed years. There is a difference. By the definition I used, best means knowing what you want. It means having lived enough to know what you don't want and being unwilling to negotiate it. Best means having survived hard things and learning lessons. Best means no longer being afraid of small consequences. Best means your face has your whole life on it now. And that isn't a failure. That is a resume. Best means you have the least amount of time you have ever had, and you know it. And that is not a tragedy. That is fuel. By that definition, most women are not living their best years yet. They are being told they are past them at the exact moment they're actually becoming powerful. And that isn't an accident. It is a power that you can take on yourself and do something great with the second half of your life. I'm going to be honest with you for a second and let a little bit of anger through, because I think you deserve it. The reason midlife women get told to shrink is not because they are actually diminishing. It's because a midlife woman who knows herself is one of the most inconvenient people on earth to sell things to, to keep quiet, and to manage. She can't be flattered into things. She's not scared of the same things she used to be. She's already survived worse than what you're threatening her with. That woman is bad for a lot of business models. So the messaging gets very careful about telling her she is past her prime. Right at the moment she's actually starting to hit it. I need you to notice that. Just notice it. Once you see it, you cannot unsee it, and you'll never forget it. So this video is for the woman who started something new at 45 and got asked, isn't it a little late for that? Or why are you doing that now? And you internalize that question. But it is for you. It is for the woman who caught herself apologizing for taking up space in a room where she was the most experienced person. It is for you. It's for the woman looking in a mirror right now, grieving a version of her face that has not existed in 10 years, instead of recognizing the woman in front of her. This is for you. It's also for the woman who has been told by a doctor, a partner, a boss, a magazine, an ad, that her prime has passed, and she should be more grateful for what she has and stop reaching for more. It is very much for you. Your best years are not behind you. Please listen to me. They are the ones that you have not lived yet. The ones after you decide to stop shrinking. The ones after you stop accepting a version of best that was designed to end at 35. So I help women in healthcare build a business in the beauty industry so extra shifts become a choice and not a necessity. But bigger than that, underneath everything I do is this. My best years are not behind me. And if you're watching this and something in your chest just moved, that is because yours are not behind you either. You've been lied to, and it's time to notice it. Because you will miss out on so much. So if this landed, do two things. Number one, share this video with the woman in your life who needs to hear it. She is in your phone right now. You know who she is. Send it to her. Second, if you want to talk, come find me. Comment start below. Nurse to nurse, woman to woman, midlife to midlife. Whatever you need to talk about, I will be there to listen. But remember, your best years aren't behind you. Say it out loud. Be bold. Be proud. Then act like you believe it. I'll see you down there.